guys? It's your boy Santos back at you with part 2 of what if Itachi had a Rinnegan. So last time where we ended off is Sasuke and Itachi just had their battle. Itachi fakes his death to Sasuke by using Genjutsu, and it's a really complicated plan. But all in all, it results in Itachi and Sasuke. Well, Itachi getting the EMS and Sasuke getting it earlier than he did in canon. So Itachi just goes off with Kisame to do God knows whatever Kisame did on his own. He just has Itachi with him now. So Team Taka still happens. They go after Killer Bee, and Itachi and Kisame are just wherever, just on call for anything. So Killer Bee and Sasuke have their fight. Killer Bee would still win, but he'd have a lot more difficulty in winning. And he'd do the fake sealing thing, like the fake capture thing and cut off a tentacle. But the thing is that when Kisame pulls up on Killer Bee, Itachi's also there. He's just there. So I think Itachi would pull some crazy convoluted plan to somehow make it seem that he was dead, or he just talk Kisame's say something about Kisame's pride or something, because Kisame's a freaking shark fin battle hungry warrior. Not battle hungry, but he likes to fight. So I think Itachi would find some way to sit it out or something. That's how I'm gonna do the fighting. So, and then Itachi would just flee by the time the double lariat comes and hits the Raikage. So Raikage would call the 5 Kage Summit. Sasuke and Team Taka would attack it. Obito would call the 4th Great Shinobi World War. Sasuke would still kill Danzo, but it would have a much easier time with his EMS and Perfect Susanoo. And here's where I make a note. Would Itachi warn Sasuke about Danzo's Sharingan arm? Would he warn Sasuke about that? Or would Sasuke just still kill Danzo and let Danzo go through the cycle of Izanami? I would think that he would probably just let Danzo go through with it, just like in canon. And then when he still meets up with Team 7, he's been through a lot, but his eyes aren't as worn out. So now we just have the Killer Bee saga. I mean, not Killer Bee, Naruto, Kisame, and now Itachi. This is when I think it would be leaked that Itachi is a spy, right here. Because it would be Kakashi. Well, no, Kakashi wasn't there, so it'd be Guy, Yamato, Naruto, Bee, Aoda, the crow guy, and Kisame and Itachi would just be there as well. I think right before Kisame dies, Itachi would play it from the shadows and just see if Kisame needs any support. So if Kisame needs support, I think you just step out, everyone would focus on Itachi, and then Itachi would reveal his, I was a spy, I was just deep undercover, I did this to protect the village, the clan. Everyone's suspicious. Everyone there is suspicious. Except maybe Naruto. Because Itachi and Naruto still had their talk. Except maybe Naruto. Naruto's probably still suspicious, but not suspicious as everyone else. Kisame looks at him with disgust in his eyes, and then does the feeding sharks and still kills himself. So that still happens. So Itachi and Naruto, so basically it'd be Itachi, Killer Bee, Naruto, going to the war. They beat Nagato. Less difficulty because Itachi is stronger, because when you're brought back as an Edo Tensei, you lose your power, but Itachi has his original power plus more, so he's stronger. They defeat Nagato much easier. And then I'm gonna say Itachi leaves to look for Sasuke. I'm gonna say he finds Sasuke because he's not like a tracker, but like he's like good. So I'm gonna say Itachi finds Sasuke. They go up against Kabuto because Itachi found Sasuke in canon, so I think he could find him now. Unless I'm wrong, you can write down in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I haven't read the manga or watched the anime in a long time. So this is where we make a point right now. This is where we make something difficult, a difficult decision. Do we A, assume that Itachi gets Shishui's crow back from Naruto to use against Kabuto? B, do we assume that Sasuke, in the case that Sasuke did save Danzo's Sharingan arm, that there was a Sharingan left to use? Or C, do we assume that the healing prowess of Hashirama's cells, it can overpower the blindness of the Izanami? It's like, if any of these three things were possible, then Itachi would not lose his eye to the Izanami. So Itachi would defeat him because Itachi's stronger in this canon, even though Sage Kabuto is a beast, and I can't even keep on saying that. I don't know what words there. I can't overstate that. Sage Mode Kabuto is a beast. But I do think that an EMS Itachi and EMS Sasuke could take him down. A lot of difficulty. But I think they'd still have to like mind control him, Izanami or something on him for him to release Edo Tensei. But not before Madara gets revived with Rene Rebirth, which is a problem. So Itachi and Sasuke depart rather than Itachi dying, because Itachi, like, I mean, you could make the case that Itachi would go with Sasuke to get Orochimaru, Team Taka, the 4 Kage, and the 4 previous Hokage. And you could have this situation with Hashirama, Tobirama, and Hiruzen just looking at Itachi, talking to Itachi and Sasuke about like the truth. And I think that's when it'd come out. And I think Tobirama would really respect Itachi for what he did. The fact that he put his village over his clan and did what was best for the village, not what was best for his individual clan. I think Tobirama would like really respect him for that. So they go to the battlefield. Everything goes the same. The Ten Tails is still revived, still formed. The 4 Kage do the big seal, and Hashirama does his wooden gates things around the Ten Tails. And then the Konoha 12 plus Sai have like their cool little scenes where they take out the little 10-tail plushy things that come out or whatever. So while Sasuke's with them, the 4 Kage are out doing their own thing because he's up to war about like Obito and stuff. And then Madara gets his Rinnegan. So then got Wood Clone Madara, Susanoo Wood Clone Madara, 4 Kage plus Itachi, EMS Itachi. They're surviving that fight, but it's not gonna go well. So Naruto, canon syncs up. Naruto gets his Kurama extracted. Jubito happens. So Naruto meets the Sage. Jubito happens. Sasuke becomes Madara's selfie stick with his sword. Sasuke meets the Sage. Itachi, being a witness of that, absolutely loses his mind. I mean, Itachi just flips. Like, you think Itachi, like, when he stared at the... It's not a dumpling. It's the thing that Izumi was holding. You thought that Itachi would... No, he was furious. I mean... eyes flare to life to the ripple effect in each eye. Rinnegan. I told you, Itachi got injected with the things at 15, 14, 15, so now he's 20, I want to say 20, I think he's like 21 or 22. So 7-8 years for him to awaken the Rinnegan. It's decent. I mean, it's prodigal. Don't get me wrong, it's prodigal. But since he got it when he was so young, I think his body was still developing. I think it awakened it faster. Itachi's experience with the Rinnegan experience clearly shows while Madara had decades to master it. So basically it'd be the 5 Kage versus Wood clones and then Itachi would be against the real Madara, and it'd be a huge perfect Susanoo battle. And then Hashirama would come in to help him, to back him up, because it just happens to be that way. Because this battlefield is hectic. Don't get me wrong. So somehow, some way, Madara slips away, rips out the Kamari from Kakashi, steals Obito's Rinnegan. Then Madara becomes the 10-tailed Jinchuriki. Absolutely demolishes everyone. Fodderizes Itachi. Fodderizes Hashirama. Fodderizes the 5 Kage. They're clinging on to life barely. Night Guy happens. 6th Path Naruto and Rinnegan Sasuke come. Madara activates Infinite Tsukiyomi. Kaguya happens. So now it's Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, Sakura, Obito, and now Itachi, because he has value as he has a Rinnegan, and he wouldn't be affected by the Infinite Tsukiyomi. Canon still plays out his own. Itachi has more of a role, more or less of a role, but he knows that even with his Rinnegan, he's like not experienced with it, so he's still so far outclassed that he really can't do anything about it. So, Kaguya gets sealed away, and then Hagoromo comes back, and everyone gets the same speech, and now Itachi's there. He says that he really respects Itachi for all the sacrifice he endured, the pain, the struggling, the suffering, everything he endured. Because I think it was hinted at in the manga and anime that Kakashi, like, it wasn't an even 50-50 split. Like, Naruto and Sasuke still receive the same amounts of Hagoromo chakra, but I think Kakashi may have gotten some too. And I'm assuming Kakashi can get some, then Itachi can at least get a little bit of it. So, canon syncs up. Itachi tries to talk Sasuke out of his fight. I still don't think he can in his final fight with Naruto. So, you blow off their arms. Sasuke and Itachi are jailed. Eyes sealed. Even though they're both in jail, the news about Danzo has been, like, released because of Tsunade. Like, just told the entire news, like, why Itachi did what he did. And Itachi's seen as somewhat of a hero. A bit of conflicted hero. But now it's known that he's, like, a war hero. He's a war hero. He's a hero of the Leaf. He's starting to gain a lot of support from, like, the people, seeing as, like, him as self-sacrificing.